Well, I have tried to explain to them the value of this, Karen,
I'm sorry.
the value of this to the community, because it raises money for our library system here, which is very important for the quality of life in Macon. And the old book sale's been going on for 49 years, and hundreds of thousand books. That's not exaggerating, is it?
Yeah, it was about the time you and I were born, I guess, about 49 years ago.
Okay, so they are, wanna listen, kind of listen to you tell them
Right.
a little bit about it, and then they may have some questions, because they're journalists.
Excellent,
Okay.
excellent. Well, it's so nice to be here at First Presbyterian Day School. I mean, I'm sorry, Stratford. My two sons went to FPD, so I know there's always a friendly rivalry. And but you got a great school here, and I would just say, right off the top, you're lucky to be going to a school like this. You really are. This is a fine school. Friends of the Library. I've been involved with the Friends of the Library for about 8 years. After I retired, I got tired of playing golf and I needed something else to do. And one of my neighbors was very involved in the Friends of the Library. And she said, why don't you come down to the workroom and see what we do down there? And so I did, and it was like, oh my God, I didn't realize the extent of what they did and how long they've been doing it. Back in 1966, a group of ladies got together and realized that the libraries needed some help. And so libraries only had one book, I'm kidding, but now 3 books. And they said, we need to raise some money. And so they had the first old book sale in 1968, and they raised $1,500 in 1968. Well, move forward quickly. Last year we raised $70,000 at the old book sale. And in fact, we've actually given the library over the years over $2 million from the Friends of the Library. And we're all just volunteers. There's no paid people. We just volunteer our time and do this. The last 2 years alone, we've donated $165,000, 85 and 80 the last 2 years. Now, why it's been important at the library is the state for quite a while had no money in the budget for these libraries to buy books. And so the Friends have really come to the party in terms of providing money for materials. Now, all of you realize by now that, you know, who reads books anymore? You do everything online, right? The nature of the libraries has changed pretty significantly over the years. And so about 4 years ago, I said, we got to start online sales. And so we did that. I brought in a guy, a volunteer that had worked with me in business, making these ceilings you see above your head. That's what I used to do. And he had an eBay store, and we set up one for the Friends of the Library. And so by the 3rd year, we did $40,000 online that year. And the deal there was that previously, we didn't know the value of the books, right? You take them down to the old book sale, sell them for $1, $2. Some of those books were worth $100 or $50. And so what we did, we watched the dealers come in. These dealers would come in and scan it. They'd scan and they'd say, oh, that's a $50 book. We'll give you $2 for it. Now we're finding out what the value is, and we're putting them in our eBay store. So we do really 2 things. There's the eBay store online, and then there's the old book sale. And what I see is the volume we sell at the old book sale, although we take maybe 100,000 books down there. We're setting up right now, that's where I was this morning. The volume is declining somewhat, and that's a function, I think, of one of the things is the electronic readers. And I have to make a confession. I have almost 200 books on my Kindle, and that's where I read most of my books now. But a lot of people say, oh, I still like to hold a book. And so if they want books, they can get a whole bag of them for $10 down there at the old book sale. And the Friends of the Library actually has, with memberships, about 400 members now. And about 24 are hardcore members that come in every Tuesday, Thursday into the workroom over on Riverside Drive. And they handle the books that come in. The books that come in are donations. Get them from your homes when the library takes them out of circulation. All these books, the library has a truck. They go around to the 5 branches. They pick up the books. They deliver them to the Friends of the Library. And what we do is we separate the books into 75 different categories. Okay, everything from sociology, anthropology, sports, medicine, law, anything you can imagine, there's a category. 75 categories of books. So somebody has to be responsible for pricing the business books, pricing the law books. And so they look through them and they decide, okay, we can get $2 for this one. And they put them in a box and we keep them in the storage room till the movers take the books away to bring to the old book sale. So that's basically how the thing works. And so those 24 people that come in there all the time. Now, a lot of them aren't computer literate, a lot of them are older folks too, so they'll be focusing on that. But we have another group of people that does research, sit at their computer and do research and find out how much is this book selling on Amazon or eBay or AbeBooks, another book site. And when they find out what that is, if it's more than say $25, that'll go in the stack to go list online. Now, listing online is an area where we have needs of volunteers right now, because what you gotta do is take a picture of the book and you gotta put some verbiage and list it on the store. Right now, we got more books waiting to be listed than we have people to list them. So it's a busy thing, and you know, I do it a couple days a week, and it's just kind of something for me to do. It's fun, and I do like to dig into the books. It's just a fun thing to do. That's a very quick thumbnail sketch